Chocolate Jesus. Yeah, is that it, Sean? That's me, yeah. Chocolate Jesus, I think, there by Tom Watts, or Tom Waits, that's who we had there. Cooking, I'm now going to introduce you to a very favorite, wonderful dish that I cook regularly for my guests down in my place overlooking the ocean. Very important to have a sharp knife on the go to do the business. That way you keep yourself safe. You can see it's just a matter of doing that. You see, just going up the steel like so. Up like that, up like that. That's it done. Now this is my organic pork fillet. Easy to do, cheap to make, because this costs not the ends of the earth. This piece of meat is less than £4 in money. And one of the things we want to do, there'll be a marination process going to take place. And one of the things I want to do first of all is to puncture the entire length of the pork fillet in order to make sure that the marinade gets in. So we do that. It's very, very basic, very unattractive, very simple. Lots and lots of puncture wounds the whole way along like so. And that's it done there like that, you see. That means that as we go, things will be good. Raymond Henshaw's arrived. I'm sure he could make a work of art out of this, but that's a matter for another time. Now, having done this, I next want to impregnate the pork fillet, the wonderful organic pork fillet. You can get it anywhere in the town, really. I want to impregnate it with my garlic, Sean. You have it there. So I'm cutting the garlic into tiny slivers, longitudinally along the clove of garlic, as you can see. I'm taking the slices out of it and taking it down like so, putting it on its side and cutting away. And when cutting through the garlic, make sure you're holding your fingers away from the knife. That's the thing to do there. Simple, straightforward, common sense. I can't cut my finger now, says he, doing his best not to. So once I've done this, make sure I've got all the slivers of garlic ready here, and this is going to go into the... So I'm making a deep incision in there, in the pork fillet, all the way down. Next piece is ready to go in. In it goes. Make sure it's going further in and right home. You want it to stay there. Further on in. I'm doing this with some care because this is my dinner tonight, I promise you. This is what I'm going to eat tonight. And there we go again, another piece in. Here we have it. We're going in again. Look, you can see. Are we close to it, Sean, and seeing what's happening? We don't want it to be too bloody and gory and awful, but at the same time, we want the people to see exactly what it is we're doing. And there's it going in. Another slice in there, all the way down. It's all happening well. Again, we're slivering it in. We're creating the pocket in the pork fillet, as you can see there. In it goes, going in. That's it. Da-dee-da-dee-da-da, da-dee-da-da-da, da-dee-da-da-da. Now, were I at home in my kitchen, I would be making some use of the cider before the cooking process. And what would I be doing with the cider? I'd be putting some of it into a highly polished Tyrone crystal, lovely goblet, and I would be quaffing with great pleasure. Not too much, and again, I'm just down there, inserting the slivers of garlic all the way down, doing that, and that's all for and one more in there perhaps, because I always love to make sure I get it the whole way down. Now that's in, not a problem with it. In order to fit into the dish, I like it to fit snugly into the dish, cutting it in two. There it is in two, you got it there. We'll bring this over. Here we are, that's the first piece, and the second piece. Now, here we have more garlic, you see, more garlic. I can never understand recipes that say take a clove of garlic. I think I need a full bulb of garlic. Don't spare the garlic. Take plenty, and once you get that done, I'm going to try and macerate that a little bit in my mortar here, and I'm going to put the garlic in there, like so. Get it in. Okay, it's in. Just keep it all in there. That's going in. And I find that rock salt, I'm not sure it's rock salt I've got at the moment, but rock salt actually helps in the breakdown. A little salt, not much, for thy heart's sake. Make sure you don't take too much. And it goes in there, and then you use the pestle and you whack it there like, oh, stop. Just not to get it. If it tries to escape, just make sure it doesn't. And you do that like that. Okay, that's the way you do it there. Ba 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 ba. La di da di da di da da di da di da da di da di da. Now I like to use a little rapeseed oil, And if I can get it, I use the Derry Kama rapeseed oil made down in Castle Bellingham. Just a little in like that, and that's all you need. And all the bits and pieces here that have flung out to the side, we get it in there, and there it is. So that goes in, and we just do that there. This is going to form part of the marinade, you see, and I'm doing that. All very good, very, very simple. It'll be helped greatly by the old, what do you call it, the old cider once it goes in, and that's it. Now, what I'm going to do is to drizzle this across the top of that, you see, across the top of the organic, and I'm going to do a little of this here. The apple, one takes the nice apple and does like so. Little slivers, and these will reside at around the sides and assist, and will eventually go into the oven with the dish when it goes in for cooking. So here we are, going in there like that, going in all the way around, making sure it's there, and making sure it's going to be submerged by the cider. That's important. So we go there again, cutting again. Up we go. You got it. In it goes. Lovely, lovely jubilee. How wonderful. Art coming next, would you believe? We have everything in this show, I tell you. We can talk about what an artist likes to eat and likes to cook, because artists do that kind of thing. Right, that's there. The next thing I'm going to do is to spongiulicize. That's a good word. I haven't the proper spoon with me, but I will spongiulicize this, you see, over the meat. And it's now awfully well done there. It's all the way down. That's it now. I just spread it out like so, like so, like so. Done deal. Then we take our cider and we pour the cider. Meow! We pour the cider on. Oh yes, it's very nice. Oh yeah, it'll be good. Then spreading this, you see, almost covering the whole business. Covering it if possible. Yeah. Now that covering will allow it to marinate, and that will marinate ideally overnight in the fridge. Now once you've done it, and there's a technique to this, so to speak, once you've this here marinated overnight, the pork is ready to take to the next stage. You remove it and you dry it on a slice of kitchen roll, like so. The kitchen roll will dry it, and then you seal it on a pan, a sizzling pan with some hot with sizzling rapeseed oil on it. I like the rapeseed oil. It's a nutty flavor, and it gives it a kind of a golden hue to the finished product. So once this is sealed on the pan, we don't have the oven to cook it on here. It has to marinate anyway. Once this is sealed in the pan for some hours, the longer the better, with the juices all impregnating, going into the little holes we made earlier, the little orifices in the organic pork fillet. Once that's happening, it's done. Take it out, dry it, seal it on the pan, and then put it back into this dish. But preserve about half of the liquid. Do not use all of the liquid, because if you do, it'll go into the oven and it'll boil rather than roast. So what you do is you take that liquid down to it. It's only showing about the tip of your thumb in depth on the bottom of your dish. Tip of the thumb in depth. Reintroduce the meat to that. Plenty of pepper on it, you see, and preserve the three-quarters of the juice. This goes into an oven at, I would have thought, 200 degrees for the first 12 minutes. Put it into a hot oven, a preheated oven. 12 minutes at 200 degrees, and then take it down to 150 and leave it at 150 degrees for the next 35 minutes. And then you see, for part of the cooking on the lower shelf, take your potato, which is wonderful. This is the secret, really, of the thing. You take your potato, slice it down the middle like so, like that, and of course we do the deep score, 1, 2, 1, 2, and with the kind of stuff that we've got here, the garlic, we take the garlic, which I've exhausted now, but you'll have chopped garlic in here with some of the rapeseed oil, smooth it out over it, and then put this here, blom, 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 your pepper, and then this goes on a separate little dish onto the second shelf down. Going onto the second shelf down, it cooks. The skin with the garlic becomes golden and crusty. The white virginal flesh underneath will be soft and beautiful. And then what you do is, when the thing is done, you take it out, serve this onto the table. And there is the most delectable juice, or gravy if you like to call it that, that remains after this has been done. And that juice pours over, you slice it, blah, 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 blah. One half for you, the other half for your lady, and there the two of you are come, and you're toasting, you're saying, hello darling, it's lovely to see you, and it's lovely, yes, I do hope you enjoy your dinner tonight. And you'll have taken the phone off the hook, all of that, yes you will. You'll have locked the door, you'll have just adjusted the lights the way it should be. You'll have a lovely piece of music, maybe Mozart, maybe Mantovani, whoever you want to play, playing quietly in the background, looking deeply into her eyes, and asking her to use all the power at her disposal to ignore the smell of the garlic that's coming from you as a consequence of having cooked. The secret is to get the garlic into her as well. Then it doesn't matter. She won't notice it. Sean, we'll have music and go ahead. That's my cook. This is a grand thing to do. Go out and get your pork fillet today. Say I sent you. You'll get nothing off, but they'll be impressed. Take care.